Going well. Gonna have to de-oil it some more. The joys of what I do. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Right here, 72 bus. Yes, I have parts in. We can hopefully finish this project up. What are we doing? Well, if you watched the last episode, we diagnosed why we had a crankcase full of fuel. So in this episode, I have some gaskets, mainly the carburetor. We're going to put a new carburetor on this thing. Hopefully that sorts that out. Well, it should sort that out. And a couple of questions I actually got on the last video I'm going to answer on this one, as far as why I didn't go into something as far as how else fuel can get into the engine, because there is another way. And well, we're going to eliminate that way, even though that way isn't a factor in this one. If that makes any sense. Probably not. But anywho, join me back in the car. Let me get this thing up some too. We'll start with the fun part, putting the carb on. All right, guys. Again, bus lost some videoing, areaing, or angles. Gonna rip this carburetor off, because this seems like it's going to be the funnest job so far. They're actually not bad. Yes, this is a 72. It doesn't have the access hole up at the top. Also, answer another question. No, this engine or this bus was not fuel injected to begin with. I think fuel injection came out in like 75-ish. Something like that, 4 or 5. This one's too new for injection. Old. Too old for injection. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how that math went. Either that or this isn't the original engine and it was a carbureted engine. And I'll show you why in a bit. How the hell is that held on? There we go. That off. I'm probably gonna have to reuse that cam or the ball mount, which is fine. Lost my wrench. Yeah. Not only was the float sticking in this on this engine, I think I mentioned it in the video. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. The choke doesn't work. And yes, it is hooked up. That's why it's been having a hard start, cold hard start. You got to pump the crap out of it. I really should put this bus up a little higher. It would be more convenient. Go up some more. Outstanding. Still inconvenient, but at a different altitude. Oh, come on. I still have to go back and clean this engine. It is still soupy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this should have had dual carbs on it from factory. Someone installed this, I'm going on, it's an MP kit or a Weber kit. Electric choke. Plug you. Come on. Right. Choke out. And screwdriver, which I just had, of course, that's the biggest one I own. Where's the small one? Should be over here. Boop-a-doo. And a fuel line. All right. Boop. Fuel line. It's going to spill some, but because it's electric, it should stop. Yeah, this breather, surprisingly, with all the stuff that, blew out of this thing, oil-wise, and how soaked it is, completely dry. Didn't make it up top. But that said, I want this thing out of my way, too. Because the gasket for that is also completely crap. We have another one. Sounds like plastic when it fell. All right. Gently try to get this off. Get it out of the way. All right. Yep, that's why I was being gentle. Because I knew I still... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Magnet! Do not go down that spark plug hole. There we go. Shit. But yeah, anyway. Carb out, old one. Ooh, 30, 32, 36. We are not putting a 32, 36 on this thing. But yeah, and again, the choke is open. So it's either out of adjustment or not working. Yeah, just piss fuel all over me, that's fine. Where am I gonna throw this? I need the air filter out of it. Anyway, back to this. And a ton of parts. New base gasket, we'll put that on before I forget. Man, this one's shot. Gonna have to scrape it off, it's coming off in chunks. Scrape and wet. Why? My camera's so far down. Let me get this gasket scraped, this one put on, and then I'll be back, we'll do swappery doodads. Swapping on these carbs. They are different, by the way. All right, I'm back. Get base gasket, well, it's just, set on there. Let's start swapping these things. And I made the comment, or I said, these are not the same carburetors, because they're not. Hold on. Can't remember if I have smaller screws, bolts, nuts, what have you. I think I got short ones. All right, these work. We're gonna have to modificate this. I wish that this wasn't in here. All right, let me cut this down. Yeah, this is a, whatever, progressive 32, 36. This is a 38. I'm gonna put the 38 on. Why? Why not? It does have a base gasket. Say it also doesn't have a base gasket. We'll have to modify that too. Awesome. Not bad. All right, I'll be back when I get this thing to boop on. All right, obviously I didn't reuse the old gasket. It's a completely different shape on this carburetor. I still need to get that thing off. But Just got a new base gasket. So, something easy, something simple. It will work. Modified it a bit. New hardware. I'm using the flange nuts or bolts. Well, I'm not going to use them because apparently they don't want to fit. The washer on them is too big. So we'll use the hardware that came out of this. And now I'm yellow. I will say, if this doesn't work, I'm tapping all these holes to M6s. Yes, I guessed right. It was an M5. We call this science. M6, M6, M6. M5, 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 nuts. I don't use M5s much. What are they? 5mm, 6mm, 7mm, 27mm, 32.5. I don't know what size they are. Well, if an 8 is a 10, so there's a 5 and 8? Is that how math works? It does. Okay. Middle top. Seems like a good place to start. Good news is it's at least accessible inside the bus. Oh hell, let me test fit it real quick. See where this cable goes. It's not dire yet. It's not like I'm going to install it and find out it's wrong and then take it back out. You know, like do it the hard way. Oh, well, we have other issues. The cable would seem to be too short. All right, new development. This doesn't reach that. Might be able to transfer this arm over. Because the carburetor itself, the linkage arm does sit further back compared to the 30, whatever, the progressive. This light's dying. All right, let's see what I got in. Drawer of useless stuff. That won't work. I have a dumb idea. I was going to say no way if this was the same thread pitch. This is a emergency brake cable saver. Damn close, I could tap it. It should be stainless. Like cheap stainless. Yes, it's magnetic. I can take that off, the nub that's still on there off, weld it to the back side of this, and then use this. We'll retap these splines to fit this, and yeah, maybe make something work. All right, let's just drill the back of that to make stuff fit. Oh, how dumb am I? Give me a minute to process stupidity. I'll be back. All right, step one of this dumb idea I have going on is the e-brake cable saver, what have you. It's now tapped. I think I ran a die over it, or not. I know I did. But it's now M6 by 1 thread pitch. So this part slides on or screws on like it should. So now, because this has the extra length I need, I'm going to, well, hopefully use this in the spot of the old one. Oh. Disclaimer, I don't recommend this kit now, or this carburetor, if you don't have random stuff laying around. I honestly can't remember. I honestly don't remember the last one of these I put on being this much of a pain in the butt. I don't think I had to modify anything. But then again, I don't know who put this conversion kit on and what this person messed with. Yeah, all right. Pull this off. Show you what we have going on, or what I pulled off. This is what was originally on the cable. Unscrew this. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. All right. This guy was originally on the cable. That was screwed onto this, and that attached to the carburetor. Boom, boom, boom. Well, the problem is this too short to reach the linkage now. So hence we're getting rid of this part, just like that, and we're installing this part, or I'm going to install this part. Put that onto the cable with the extra length, and hopefully this works. I mean, what's the worst that happens? It doesn't. So, all right, let me get this thing secured, and I'll be back. What size is this stupid thing? All right. Oh, that's on. You're not missing much, but I'll show you what I've been fighting with, or what I have going on. Go here. That works. All right. I don't even know if you know it. You can see. But there's the adapter. And it has to go on that nub. So now it'll go. It'll reach in, well, it'll click. Click on where it needs to go. Run is about right. You guys come out of here. All right, so with that said, now let me tighten down the carburetor, then we'll attach the cable, and hopefully everything will be good. Yeah, not. All right, yeah, so, nuts. Put these guys on. Well, that took forever, so much so that my flashlight's dead. I just charged one of them. Changing flashlights. All right, back to installing the nutsies. Yeah, just keep making a mess. That's fine. Choke wire. One thing I do like about this new carb, or the 38s, is the choke is in the front versus the back. It makes, if you do have to tune your carb, a hell of a lot easier. Throttle cable. Come on, fingers. Click. That's on. Shouldn't go anywhere. All right. All that should be mildly set. I did preset the carburetor. I did preset the carb. It's a turn and a half out, or turn and a quarter. Turn and a half out. I know I'm gonna have to go back in and adjust it. So let me load this thing and then we'll twist it off and see what happens. At least with the electric fuel pump, it'll prime itself. I can hear the pump running. All right, couple pumps. All right, I think I heard squirters. Let's twist this thing and see what happens. Almost. Little more. One more time. Tech tip, remember to attach your return spring. Whoops. But hey, it started. Could have been the cable binding as well. All right, let's try this. Low idle. Obviously. If I can crank in a little more revs. Restart. All right. I call that good. Yes, it has a little bit of a bog. If you floor it, it's running a centrifugal exhaust or distributor. It's not running a vacuum advance. I don't need to go back in here. Yeah, it does have, if you snap it, what? Set off my thing. Anyways, what I was saying is it does have a centrifugal advance. It doesn't have a vac. It has a bit of a bog. I'm going to double check timing, see where that's at. Might need to advance it just a little bit and to work with this carburetor. Like I said, it is a bit bigger, but it should give this engine a little more power. With that said, it's late. It's 11 o'clock at night. I've been technically closed for 3 hours now. So yeah, we'll go back. Join me tomorrow, and we'll finish wrapping this up. You can hear the engine's a little ticky. Still got to do valves. I got belts and a whole bunch of other goodies. But the big hurdle tonight was getting this carb on and working. And it does. It fires up. It sounds good. That smoke, hoping it clears up. Really am. But at least I know we should be good. And yeah, doesn't smell like fuel, so we're good. Still oily, no fuely. We're fine there. So I'm hoping it's still just stuff in here. But anyway, join me tomorrow. We'll wrap this thing up and hopefully get it on the road. All right, guys. Next day, gonna change out these plug wires. And no, I'm not changing out the spark plugs themselves. Reason being, they have less than 5,000 on them. I changed them out last go. Oh yeah, everything's soaked. Yeah, last time I had the bus in here, I already changed out spark plug wires or plugs. So less than 5,000. I mean, I'm not changing them. Argue if you want, but it starts too good with what if they are bad. But wires, only reason I'm changing these out is simply because everything in here has been saturated with fuel, and I much rather, hey, plug, where are you? I want to get any, pretty much any rubber components that have been saturated out. Are you gonna clip? Hey, where are you? There we go. Yeah, I just want to get any of these rubber components out because the fuel is going to cause premature, crapping out. And no one wants that. I said it before, ethanol is not friendly to electrical or rubber components. Back one should be this. The hell is this plug? Come out. I know you guys hear the slight bog in the engine. If it ends up needing a vacuum advance, well, I'll put one on. I'm just want to know how it's going to perform under load before I jump to conclusions and start throwing stuff on that it may or may not need. Because you got to remember, this thing is free revving with no load. Yeah, this one just came apart. It's free revving with no load, They do tend to act differently once load gets put on them. Like the flat spots, well, they either are going to be more prevalent, which is bad, or they're going to be less prevalent. And that is also my experience with Beetles as well. With like if you're doing a 009 and a go on 009 and a like 34 pick. They all handle differently. I mean, I'm sure you know everybody's like, oh yeah, no issues. You don't got to run a vacuum advance. Sometimes I have to put a vacuum advance on. Why? Yes. Come. Oh man, come on. Blind me. All right. Back plug wire. On. Go up some again. Wire these down. And that, and we'll just let's just get some heat in it. It'd be better. They'll relax, so I'm not going too crazy. Coil wire. Yeah, I don't know why they gave me an extra one. But I am going to use the coil wire on the extra on the project that is behind you. At the time of this video, it's probably been on the channel already. My fan is becoming really annoying. Now let's get to the bottom side. Join me in a second. Lift the bus, we're gonna change valve covers and I'm gonna show you. I think I started off the video saying that there is another possible entrance for fuel on these engines, except I dismissed it because that is not an option with this one exactly. So give me a second to get this up. All right, oh, hello light. All right, the other path of egress or, fuel to get in will be right here. It's the mechanical fuel pump. This bus, or the engine, the bus, what have you, has always been carbureted. Fuel would come down into the pump and then, into what should have been the twin set carbs factory. If this was leaking on the diaphragm, I have seen them to where they will just leak fuel into the crankcase. Thing is, well, this is completely disconnected and it's just being used as a plug. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this off and put an actual plug on. Because if it's not doing anything, I mean, it's no point in being here. But yes, like I said, I had a comment, saying fuel pump, or it could be fuel pump. And I don't know if this is exactly what they meant, but I've had them leak on VWs, and I have had them leak more on like 350 Chevys or Chevys in general. So yeah, let's get this guy off, and I'll put a block off plate on. Really, other than say cosmetic, I really don't have to take this thing off. This thing isn't even tight anyway. Could be a reason why it's leaking so much oil right here. All right, guys, put that there. New gasket. Man, it's really hard to get a light on anything in here. New gasket. I'm trying to get a freaking light stick somewhere. I am, like I do all my gaskets, a very super light coat of RTV. Argue in the comments if you want, but I use it. Also helps stick it to where you want it to stick. So this is all clean. Stick that there. Boop. Yeah, you don't want to go nuts with it. Like I say this in my videos, I coat them lightly enough so that well, they just stick and they turn it into basically like a silicone gasket. Silicone. Silly something. Go back there. You're working well. And then block off plate and new hardware. Oh, make sure you pull out your fuel pump push rod. All right. Block off plate, new hardware. We'll just whack this on. Like I said, you don't have to do this. It just makes it look better. Fuel pumps on, but yeah, that would be the only other place that fuel can get into the engine. Would be if that diaphragm is leaking. So, yes, there are two ways: stuck float bowl or leaky diaphragm. So, good call on whoever said that. All right, valve covers. The engine sounds healthy, so let me check them real quick, or check the lash. And now I lost the flashlight. What the hell? Oh, it's still up here. Check the lash on these things. I'll adjust them if needed, and if not, I'm just going to re-gasket these things. It sounds good. It sounds like it maybe have a little tick to it, but it's not excessive to the point where it's not, say, Volkswagen-y. They sound fine is what I'm getting at. They can use an adjustment. Wow, you can really tell this crankcase was full of fuel. All right, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna adjust these real quick. Get it less tickety. But let me show you. Number one, we haven't really ran the engine, but these valve covers are bone dry. Number two, I don't know if you'll be able to see in here or how well. Everything is just bone dry. You can see where the oil's starting to work. The other side's, I don't know if I can get you in a little better on this side. But, yeah, everything is just dry. So, and like I said, has some slop to it. Oil light is going off, so I know it's making pressure. It just really needs to run. It must still have fuel in it. Well, I haven't really ran it with the 1040 in it so much. Did 1030, put the 1030, then the 1540, what's in it now. I haven't really ran it that much. It has been at speed to slosh, so. But all right, let me get these things adjusted, throw on new cover gaskets, and yeah, then we'll run this thing. See what she does. I'll be right back. All right, everything's adjusted. Cylinder 1 was the worst. 1 and 4 intake. So they weren't as bad as they sounded, but they're all good now. I have got to do something with that fan. It is becoming really unpleasantly loud. Gaskets. Boop. This guy on. Forgot. Wait this one down. Are you going to cooperate a little easier? Better? Probably not. I don't know if I said it, but I sprayed a little penetrant on everything in here. Yeah. Well, you're gonna. Ow! Fingers! That one's on. I did spray some penetrant on there. Let me wash my hands, wipe my hands off, whatever. What the hell was I saying? Yeah, I might put a little RPM on it just to make sure we're splashing some oil around. But valve covers are on. That's good. Remember, it is getting yet one more oil change while this thing's up here. Twofold while it's up here when I remember. These are what, 8s? That guy's loose. That's 6. This side easier to get to. It's just swampy down here. But let me give it a minute or, actually, it'll be fine. If it blows up, well, I'm an idiot. Cold start, turn the key. Give it a pump. Yeah, it's less ticky. All right, like I said, let me raise the idle. All right, I'm just gonna let her chooch like this for a little bit. And I'll get back to you. That muffler is just burning off. Also, we are definitely getting circulation because the valve cover on the driver's side, well, it ain't sealed. Yeah, it's leaking. So let me shut it down. It's going well. Gonna have to de-oil it some more. The joys of what I do. All right. I'll bring you in real quick. That muffler is just doing all of the burn off currently. So, yeah. Oh, I don't know what I'm pointing at. Yeah, corner of this valve cover was just dumping. So I screwed up. Let me fix that and we'll do it again. Hose it. I might end up getting gunk or engine degreaser, oven cleaner, what have you. It's all the same shit. And soak this engine or hose this engine down and then blast it off. Yeah, it's just dripping. I screwed up. All right. I get this thing seated and I'll be back with the plan. But yeah, you can tell it's just, there's oil everywhere and it's gonna have to do one of two things. I'm gonna have to try to get almost all of it out or off because I don't see any new leaks except for that one that I created. Oh, how's my block off plate? It should be fine. I mean, if I screwed that up, I'm in trouble. Yeah, block off plate's good. What the hell was I saying? Do you remember? Because I don't. Oh yeah. Gonna try to hose it off because it's either I gotta get all this stuff off or we're gonna roll around with like Cheech and Chong for a while till it burns off. Which both not, well, the Cheech and Chong part not really ideal. So let me fix this gasket or put another new gasket on because I screwed this up. That one, this one seems much better. I just wish I had a way to, oh, will this work? Just hook. All right. Oh, the pain in the butt. All right, let's lower it down and fire it up again. We're gonna hose some more. I don't see any new oil. So hopefully it's working its way out. Oh, I do. I do see a new drip. It's not coming out of the fan, but it's coming down the back of the muffler. Wondering if the crank pulley seal is shot. Or there's just a ton of oil in this thing. What keeps setting off my security? All right, let's hose this some more. All right, let's try this again. Fire in the hole. All right, still smoking. All right, the burn off now is just coming off the heater boxes. Oh, you can't see me. All right, burn off, I gotta change the battery. Burn off now is just coming off the heater boxes, but as of right now, I'll go back, check the valves again. Standing left and right, it doesn't sound like it's top end sound. Squatting underneath it, you hear it a lot more. That's a little concerning. And by a little, I mean a lot. Bend straighter. Thank you. Now, go in the hole. Yeah, and we're not low on oil. We're right at the line. So that's not it. But the burn off right now is just on the heater boxes, which I can live with. I'll hose them off. And yeah, I think the next thing we're gonna do is get this thing on the road. Like I said, if I have to put in a vacuum advanced distributor, I will. But I won't know until I get it under load. It's revving up better now than it has been. It's not a race car. You're not going to floor it, from, sitting still. So that's one thing. But I don't think it's going to need one. It didn't need one before. The drivability would be exactly the same. So yeah. I guess join me for next scene, whether we're doing a cleaning an engine or going out for a drive. Not sure yet. Probably cleaning an engine. Anywho, I'll be back. Oh, I am not set up for this. What am I sitting on? All right. Hat. Check. All right. Let's take this thing out. I did do one thing that, I didn't record because I completely forgot, and hence why I'm filthy right now. Speedometer cable. Forgot the customer wanted one installed. He supplied it. That's why I completely forgot about it. So just threw that in. Simple enough. It's like a beetle or anything else. Just route it the same way it comes out. But let's see how this thing does. Get her on the road. We have gas. Give her a pump and a turn. All right. Oh, and I did do the last oil change. So now we have Rotella 1540 in here along with that K&N filter. So let's see what happens. Where are my wheels? I think I turned it. Okay. We're on the move. Slowly. Driving buses are always weird. because you sit on top of the tires. So I'm always worried about nose swing when turning. My door is up all the way, right? Yeah, we're good. All right, join me on the road. All right, we are cruising. Like I said, this is probably just going to be a fast little video. I want to get some airflow over the engine and burn out whatever's left, basically smoke-wise. I cleaned the crap out of it, but that's not saying that it's still not going to look like it's on fire. So I'd rather drive around with myself looking like I'm on fire than, you know, customer. But as of right now, idle's fine. Shifting good. I did dial the clutch a little bit. Nothing major. What else? Yeah, speedometer cable. I didn't even see if that works. Yeah, speedo cable works. She's running good. I think we're going to keep the 009. We're going to keep the 009 in this thing. Like I said, performance-wise, usually always varies. I mean, you could wrap them out all day long and feel like you have a delay. It's till you get actually on the road with what's going on. I mean, no dead spot, no lug. Do blinkers work? I don't know. That fuel gauge is annoying. It's doing this. But, yeah. Under load, no issues whatsoever. It's, like I said, it's running good. Brakes work, clutch works, throttle works. The carb, I think, was a good choice going with that 38. Yes, I had a little bit of, you know, canoodling I had to do, figuring it out to get it on. But as far as performance-wise, happier I went with this. And I did tell the owner, I think I said, I don't know if I said it in a video, I did order another 32, 36, 34, 36, whatever was on here, just for the odd chance this 38 wasn't going to work. Have I used them before? Yes. Have I used them as a full kit? Yes. I've never tried to put what was on there on here now, kind of thing. I never tried to like swap it out. So I had to make bracket. Yeah, I mean, slow lugging, it's fine. Oh yeah. All right, I'm not filling up with smoke. Like I said, quick test drive. Just did a couple, you know, a lap around the block for the most part. But it's fine. It drives really good. But yeah, we'll head back to the shop. I don't see any issues. Not making any weird noises, rattles, bangs, or anything like that. Look at me, I got a Ford with a fire chicken on the back. I wish I could turn the camera. It literally has the, Ford F-150 bullnose, has the fire chicken logo, Screaming Eagle, whatever you want to call it on its tailgate. I don't know why I ramble about that. But yeah, everything's good. Like I said, the whole purpose of this test drive was, well, A, make sure the engine's going to run, make sure the carb is going to perform as it should. I don't know if I have blinkers, it clicks. Make sure the carb is performing as it should, and also mainly make sure that, you know, no smoke or fire as I see smoke coming out of my dashboard. Hello. Yeah, we're definitely burning oil still. Not as severe as it was. Yeah, unfortunately, that might have to just work on its way out. All right, we're back, and yeah, smoke is pretty good right now. Yeah, I don't know if the GoPro will pick it up, but definitely smoke making its way through. It's still residual burn off. I can't find anything. But, all right, excuse me. All right, well, chop smoked out. We were doing good. It's still chuffing a bit. But problem is, you guys are moving too much. I think it's just no matter how much I've cleaned it so far, it still has residual in it. Because as far as I can tell, nothing's leaking. But what I am gonna do is before I wrap this video up, I'm gonna let it sit where it is. I got no floor dry, no nothing under there. And make sure that, I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, there's nothing there. Make sure we don't get any leaks that I've been missing. But as of right now, it hasn't leaked. Shut that off. But yeah, as of right now, it hasn't leaked. So I think it's still just that oil fuel mixture just soaked on everything. I can't get it out of without pulling the engine out and completely, hosing everything. I can't get everything out, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to I don't know. I'm hoping the leak shows up, actually, but also, unfortunately, you're going to have to drive it to burn it out. That's the bad thing. But with that said, join me with an update on probably the big cam. All right, guys, capping this episode on a 72 bus. Where I'm at with it, I'll just give you a little diatribe for the most part. it is going to leave. It is going to leave in its current condition. It does leak oil. Unfortunately, currently can't do anything about that. The push rod tubes, and it looks like the jugs where they go into the engine. Basically, the whole underside of the engine's wet. Good news is oil cooler is still dry, and that would be my determining factor of end of the world scenario to a customer. But the engine is leaking. The push rod tubes are leaking. When the problem is push rod tubes are leaking onto the heater boxes, which, well, making a smoke machine. I'm hoping throughout miles or something, well, it's going to do one of two things. It's going to get, well, three things. It's going to stay the same, it's going to get worse, or it'll get better once, you know, detergents start getting in there. Maybe it'll soften the seals again. So not the end of the world with that, but I did talk to the owner. I told him the engine is still smoking. I cleaned the crap out of it, but you do have leaks. And one of two things. The engine's going to have to be driven, and it's going to go away, you know, because like I said, I have runtime on this thing stationary, but I can only run it so long in the shop before, you know, can't see nothing. And then same thing went on the road. I don't drive the cars more than I need to, and I can't justify driving, or me anyway, I can't justify driving around for an hour and a half kind of thing. So gonna give it back to the owner. I know the car is reliable, or the bus is reliable. It'll start, it'll drive, it'll get you where you need to go. No issues on that. The carburetor's fine, the engine's dialed. The oil leaks and the smoke are the problem. Now, going back to what I said, I did talk to him. If it doesn't clear up or if it gets worse, it will be coming back. We'll pull the engine, clean everything, and reseal everything. But that, like I said, I try to work with everybody I work with, and I don't give the apocalypse scenario right away. Only way you would have got that is if the oil cooler was leaking, because if that goes, that's bad, real quick and fast and in a hurry. So, with that said, gonna let the bus go as it is. Everything's working as best as it can. The 38 mil, the new carb, spot on. I think I'm gonna put it on every vehicle that I do from here on out. Screw that progressive. This thing actually works. And like I said, if you, in the rev up, you have that little dead spot, but it's completely different on the road torque versus just free whapping, for lack of better terms. So yeah, no dead spot, runs good, 009 combinations, perfect with this. Like I said, moving forward, I am going to be using that 28 from here on out. What else? I think that's it. I think that covers everything. Ask questions, because I haven't edited anything yet, and I'm doing an, outro. So yeah, if you like this episode, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you do, I promise you we will chit chat. As always, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.